years. 3 years since this amphitheater was full of chatter and excitement. 3 years since the dome was lit up as the sun set. 3 years since our young performers showcased their talents on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Indus Day and the first physical Indus Day since the pandemic hit us. This day always brings about a sense of belonging and joy. The 2 months of hard work come together tonight to bring you a captivating night of art, dance, drama, and music that showcases our knowledge and learning. In tonight's performances, you will witness a plethora of creative expressions that are sure to enthrall you. The beautiful props and visuals that make this night enchanting are created by a spectacular visual arts team and IT teams. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Krisha Dedia, along with Aryan Sonaminde and Aryan Chaudhary, will be your hosts for the evening. We would like to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest for the evening, the MD and CEO of the Indus Trust, Lieutenant General Arjun Ray. It is an honor to have you with us, sir. May I now request Raha to welcome General Ray with a bouquet. We also extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, principal, vice principal, heads of school, co-chair, who have been a great support to the management and the students alike. Right from our talented musicians performing to our gracious actors delivering a thought-provoking play on the rivers of the world, tonight's performances are a mix of entertainment, history, culture, and fascinating messages. May I now request our chief guest, General Ray, Principal, Vice Principal, and the dignitaries to please light the lamp. And knowledge. It brings brightness, and while doing so, it dispels darkness and negativity. As we begin to see things more clearly, the wick of the lamp symbolizes ego. The flame represents spiritual knowledge that evolves towards a higher consciousness. We seek the blessings of the universe to guide us and illuminate our journey towards educating the heart and mind.
We at Indus live by the 4 core values: love, empathy, discipline, and respect. Rabindranath Tagore's earnest prayer, in which he sketches a vivid portrait of what he envisions India as a nation to be. Where the mind is without fear is one of the most inspirational phrases in which not only Indians but the people around the world believe in. This divine prayer invokes the countrymen to stand up for truth, hard work, and determination. With this thought in our minds, we call upon the stage Alisha Kaushal and Samaira Gupta to perform the mellifluous school prayer.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held Where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, my Father. तेरी शक्ति ले जाए मेरे मन को, मेरे माफ करम जहाँ बनते उस मुक्ति के स्वर्ग में ले चल प्रभु मेरे पिता मेरे. Let my country, मेरे देश को, let my country, मेरे देश को
Lisha and Samaira, that was a mesmerizing performance. An invocation is offered for an auspicious beginning, in which the dancer gives salutations to God, Mother Earth, the teacher, the audience, and the universe. We present to you a dance where our graceful performers convey their respect through an amalgamation of cultural Thai and classical Bharatnatyam. Please welcome our talented dancers as they perform the invocation dance.
भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे कनककेयूरहारावळी कलितगम्भीरगौरगिरिशोभं सुशोभं कामारिभयभरितमूढमदकलिकलुषकन्तितमखण्डप्रतापं सनकसुकनारदपतञ्जलिपराशरमदङ्गमुनिसङ्गसल्लापं श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
Thank you, dancers. That was truly wonderful. The environment we choose shapes the way we think, act, and speak. Strong leaders inspire change by role modeling the values and beliefs they stand for. With much pride and a heart full of gratitude, we would now like to invite our principal, Mr. Sandeep Chabra, to address the August gathering.
General Ray, all the parents, it's so lovely to see you here. Members of the faculty, and of course, boys and girls. You know, it's absolute pleasure to be able to speak to an auditorium full of people after a gap of 2 or 3 years. Today is an evening of celebrating our students and their success over the last year. You know, these are extremely exciting times. And one thing is certain, that change is the new constant. And you know, it gives me immense pleasure to state this here that I feel that we have a group of faculty in school which are completely prepared to ensure that this change that we are hoping to bring about in education can happen in its true sense at Indus, Pune. You know, after 2 years of staying at home, you know, we returned from a classroom in the cloud to a physical classroom. And I'd like to express my gratitude not only to my team, but every single parent of the Indus Pune community for the stupendous work that was done collaboratively to ensure that the transition back to physical school was seamless. But most importantly, we continued that collaboration to ensure that all the challenges that normally people felt, you know, as a result of this transition were met by us collectively. So thank you all parents for everything you did when students were at home. You were their teachers at home, and you know, you played a huge role in ensuring that education continued. And of course, you now continue to do that as a support to the school. So my gratitude to each one of you. You know, the success of anything today, and if you look at, you know, all the big brands, the phones, etc., is not when they get into competition. All right? Because with competition, you cannot go the distance that you're looking at. You've got to create your own journey. And I think the effort on behalf of the entire school fraternity is that we are all the time trying to create. And that will finally lead to us achieving success that we are, you know, certain to achieve. For example, we're now on our journey of building the collaborative learning model. We have now got 7 robots. Soon we'll have equal number more coming into school. where artificial intelligence along with human intelligence in the class. And then recently we've brought on board learning designers who are going to design the experience bit of it as a part of the unit. So collectively they will create a collaborative model which will make education relevant for our students. Plus, in my opinion, it will give opportunity to personalize it for every single student. People talk about competencies like critical thinking, creativity, collaboration. How will they happen? You know, most of adults, especially people like me, don't have those competencies. So how will our children imbibe those competencies? Since the last year, we've now got on board designers who are teaching design thinking. And whatever the outcome of design thinking, the entire process ensures that children understand what real empathy is, understand collaboration, understand collaborative thinking, and these competencies that will be so important for each one of them, they will imbibe through this entire program. Of course, you know, leadership camps, other areas of experiential learning have continued. We also believe that academic rigor is extremely important. And you know, in this world of, you know, where you're trying to create, but at times you also got to compete, it's important that we don't fall back on the academic strength of the school. So we are now going to be having an ACER test for all students 3 times a year. This is going to help us to identify if there are any gaps, get the staff then to create plans to overcome if there are any gaps, and then redo the test to ensure that those gaps have been covered. So all students, this is an external validation of whatever is happening in the school. So this is something we felt that it's important to introduce. But not only academics, even sports. We introduced this year an external agency to professionally run sport, as well as the horse riding. And you know, every feedback that I get, you know, indicates that, you know, the desired impact that both Hotfoot as well as, you know, the King's Farm that runs the riding has brought into the school. So, in my opinion, it is extremely important that we continue this journey of finding whatever is absolutely right for our students and go full steam ahead. Of course, the most important part of the school is the students. And every time I meet children, you know, I get this satisfaction that they exhibit the true spirit of Indus. And that's the most important thing. So I do hope that as they go through this journey in school, each one of them will not only get ready for the best possible college or the best possible university, but also build their skills and competencies so that they finally truly get prepared for life, for a future, like General says, for a future that we do not know. Once again, I wish each one of you the very best. Of course, you know, the details of all the successes will be spoken by the members of the Innovation Council. But before I call them, I would like to once again extend a warm welcome to each one of you. Thank you for being here today evening. I'm sure you'll have a pleasant evening with us. I now call on Advaita to talk about academics.
Good evening, respected Chief Guest Lieutenant General Arjun Ray, members of the faculty, parents, and students present here. It is my proud privilege to present to you the school report for Indus International School, Pune for the academic year 2022 to 23. The past couple of years have been challenging, and we at Indus are growing as a community by celebrating our successes and learning from our failures. Therefore, this year more than most, we feel the need to share with you our collective experiences of growth and learning. The post-pandemic world has accelerated a change, and the focus is now to create and not to compete, in order to help students face the new world. The Indus schools have pioneered technology-based teaching and learning. With the view to apply digital technology to the education of our school, Toddle, an ELMS provider, replaced ManageBack. This year, in order to facilitate skills in the range of STEAM disciplines that are increasingly important in a world of rapid technological advancement, Indus Pune has introduced 7 new Eagle robots as a part of its endeavor to facilitate collaboration and personalization. In addition to the collaborative learning model with the Eagle robots, we have virtual reality classes with 20 Oculus headsets to help students make learning more meaningful. In order to provide individual support to a student beyond his or her classroom, we have introduced the Eagle AI Mentor app in grades 6 and 9. In the current academic year, Indus Pune introduced a new IB program, in addition to the IBDP, the IB Career-Related Program, which aims to provide students with both academic and practical foundation in the field of business administration to help them support their future goals. In the October and December break, our IBCP students undertook multiple internships to help them enhance their learning experiences. Our young Indus Eagles have been demonstrating feats of academic excellence in both the middle years program and the diploma program. In the MYP, the class of 2022 bagged a class average of 40.1. In the IBDP class of 2022, the IBDP 2022 batch made us proud with a 90% pass rate and a class average of 33 out of 45. 2 students bagged a perfect score of 45, and 2 students scored 44. In all, 11 students scored 40 points and above. This batch also received admissions and a total scholarship worth $5.5 million from reputed universities in over 13 countries across the globe. Some of the most prominent universities included Cambridge University, UCLA, Duke University, and many more. Understanding the significance of an excellent SAT score for student admissions abroad, the school has become an official SAT test center, open to both Indus and non-Indus test takers. The DP class of 2024 have begun their journey on a high note. Students have been scoring as high as 1590 out of 1600 in their SATs, presenting their research work, and they are also leading startups. In the coming weeks, DP1 Geography and ESS students will travel to Nasik, where they will discover more about tourism, local biodiversity, ecosystems, and farming systems. Experiential learning at our school goes beyond the school campus through field trips with various grades, such as the Macro Industries field trip visit by MYP3, a visit to Tamhani Ghat by MYP5, and the DP2 TOK retreat. Our aim is to continue this academic rigor into the upcoming year. Thank you. I now call upon Idhant Manocha to present the non-academic report.
The school has taken several initiatives and activities beyond academics, aiming to fulfill the Indus mission to create life entrepreneurs through holistic education and lifelong learning. The emphasis on holistic education is best reflected in the life skills and design thinking curriculum. Life skills curriculum seeks to facilitate the teaching of values and morals through engaging activities. The design thinking process is aimed at developing entrepreneurial mindsets by building creative, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills, all through collaboration. Our school has been recognized as a Microsoft Showcase school, including it amongst the elite group of schools using technology to exemplify the best learning and teaching practices in the world today. We are proud to be a part of this exclusive community. As a fresh start this year, the school is able to move to complete offline mode. Events ranging from the ISL camps at Bangalore, the investiture ceremony, iLead Cup, and now the Indus Day have been held physically. Indus Pune organized our first student-led intra-school MUN, which was a phenomenal success. ISL also conducted the following adventure activities under the initiative of Peak Experiences: the Great Cycling Expedition from Manali to Leh, Water Sports in Maldives, Island Peak to Nepal, the Great Himalayan Trek to Surya Top, River Rafting at Rishikesh, Skiing at Gulmarg, and recently, an expedition to Mount Kilimanjaro. A cultural fest, Ubuntu, was organized by students and staff of the Foreign Languages Department in October. Profits from this fundraiser were used in providing uniforms and food to the Zilla Parishad School in Angrawadi village. The four houses not only participated in the inter-house competitions, but also played a key role in initiating several community projects. A trip to Rajiv Gandhi Zoological Park for the Zilla Parishad school children, Umeed Ki Run in association with the Umeed Support Cancer Group, and the Plastic Warriors campaign are some of the many initiatives taken up by the school community. Student initiatives and achievements such as sponsoring tablets for underprivileged children and winning the Innoventure competition. All such achievements exhibit the manner in which our students have lived the core values of our school outside academics. Thank you. May I now call upon Romir Mukherjee to present the sports report for this academic year.
I am honored to present you the sports report for the year 2022-23. Celebrating the true spirit of sports, our Eagles have taken the school to great heights of excellence. This year, we have outsourced our sports program to Hotfoot. Their training and development program has a vision of providing premium quality training to the students in collaboration with world-class academies. This year, apart from participating in ice skating camps and attending yoga courses, we had students participating in the International School Sports Organization and school national games across India. The excellent results reflect the high standards the athletes set for themselves in the chosen sport, coupled with self-confidence and the determination to win. In the Jodhpur ISSO Championship, we had students winning the gold and silver medals in the under 17 and under 19 categories for squash, badminton, air rifle shooting, and tennis. Students also participated in the ISSO under 17 and under 19 category of Inter-School National Cricket Tournament held at Hyderabad. In football, our under 19 boys football team secured the third place. At the Regional Equestrian Academy Meerut, one of our students won 2 rounds of horse show jumping. He also won the 4th position and the team bronze medal in the Junior National Equestrian Championship. Our students participated in the Pune District Inter-School Zilla Parishad competitions for swimming, squash, badminton, football, athletics in different age categories and won many medals. The iPlay category of the iLead Cup provided an opportunity for houses to holistically display an array of competencies like fitness, mental robustness, and endurance. This year, we had the chance to hold our Physical Sports Day once again. We witnessed a display of true team spirit and sportsmanship for this mega event by our Eagles, who participated enthusiastically in many fast-paced track events. We are also eagerly waiting for our synthetic football turf to be ready soon. Indus International School strives to stretch its students beyond their boundaries in order to develop leadership competencies by igniting the spirit of resilience, risk-taking, and courage. This yearly report is evidence to the journey of every eagle, replete with determination to reach yonder skies, seek new horizons, and have them ready as future leaders. We conclude the report with a quote from Tennyson, which applies to our eagles, who, like Ulysses, have a life's purpose: to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Thank you. May I now call upon Ali Manager to speak about the most discussed topic of Indus Pune.
Good evening, fellow cafeteria connoisseurs and families. This is your foodie friend, Ali Manager, and today we're about to have some serious fun talking about everyone's favorite subject, the cafeteria. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Ali, this is going to be about as thrilling as watching a snail race. But hold on to your food trays, folks, because I'm not here to bore you with a history lesson on cafeteria food. Now, when I first thought about sharing my experience on our cafeteria, I was a tad clueless. I could not figure out where to begin till it dawned on me. I could share anecdotes from my experiences and that of my friends. Personally, coming from the US, I can vouch that the food here at Indus Pune is lip-smackingly delicious. The flavors are incredible, and the varieties in everyday meals are surprising. Now, I often hear a lot of you groaning and complaining, saying, Ali, I'd rather not eat another bite. Well, mind you, holding an overflowing plate of food. But let's face it, we're at school, not a Michelin-starred restaurant. And the cafeteria isn't just a place to refuel. It's where social circles are formed, drama unfolds, and lines are longer than a Monday morning commute. I mean, who needs those never-ending immigration queues when you have our cafeteria? Remember when you stood in those long lines for those scrumptious gulab jamuns, and then again for your second helping, or for those delicious brownies during snack? Oh boy, you won't believe the insider scoop I've got on our cafeteria. Did you know they design our menu keeping in mind our taste buds? Well, us and our parents. They have an even mix of healthy and junk food. It's like they're saying, hey kids, we care about your health, but we also care about your taste buds. Talk about a balanced meal, am I right? But let's be real. Sometimes we need a break from all that nutritious food. That's where Swiggy comes in, delivering us cheesy pizzas and scrumptious pastas straight to our desks. It's like having a gourmet restaurant at our fingertips. And now to all of us present here, students, staff, and parents alike, we invite you down to the cafeteria sometime. It's not just a place to eat, it is a gastronomical adventure. Only after trying it yourself, make your own opinions. Let's eat. I promise you will not regret it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, students, for presenting that report, which made our hearts fill with pride. Greater energy and greater passion are far more extraordinary than greater genius. The MD and CEO of the Indus Trust, Lieutenant General Arjun Ray, is our mentor and guide, who has been involved in war, conflict, and peace for a significant portion of his life. A distinguished soldier and scholar, he was a prime force behind the peace initiative in Ladakh through Operation Sadbhavna. Among his service achievements, he's been honored with the Param Vishesh Seva Medal in recognition of his peacetime service. He has also been bestowed with the Vishesh Seva Medal. General Ray is a firm believer in the potential of education to empower an individual to succeed in this dynamic world. His ideals are reflected in the vision that we follow with pride and grace, the vision that gives us Startup U, the collaborative learning model, the 10X School, and several other initiatives like the design thinking process and the macro community climate projects. Through example, guidance, and vision, Lieutenant General Arjun Ray inculcates within the Indus community an ethos of discipline and passion for innovation and excellence. Sir, it is a matter of pride to have you here with us to celebrate our Indus Day, and I would request you to address the gathering.
Mr. Sandeep Chhabra, Shri Unmesh Patil, our Honorable Member of Parliament from Jalgaon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty, and dear students. A few days back, I requested the principal to give me a little extra time, about 5-10 minutes extra, because these are those very few occasions I get to communicate directly with the parent body. I'm of the firm belief that Indus Days or school annual days are not only days for celebration, but they're also an occasion for us to reconnect with ourselves. Reconnect with a view to introspect who we are, what is the purpose of what we are doing, to introspect that in these times particularly, educational institutions, whether they are K-12 or university, should not only be islands of eminence, they must also be islands of compassion, of humility, and empathy. Reading, writing, arithmetic makes sense only if education makes us human, good human beings. This is something which is vanishing in our societies in all countries, and it is our endeavor at Indus not only to prepare our children for a future we do not know, but to make our children and our faculty good human beings. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the age of innovation. The age of innovation which is changing the way we think, we live, we behave, and we learn. And in this age of innovation, you will all agree with me, creativity is the number one competency. Those who are not creative, ladies and gentlemen, have very limited opportunities to succeed in life. In fact, Yuval Harari, possibly the most famous historian and philosopher of the world today, he goes to the extent of saying that those who are not going to be creative or innovative will be not only second-class citizens, they'll be third-class citizens. They'll be biological waste. Therefore, this is a very, very important aspect for us to understand. Regrettably, very few of us are aware of the fact that all the research that we have today is showing that creativity and IQ is declining. Creativity and IQ is going down, nosediving, especially after 1990. And it is my job to remind you that this is a wake-up call for us. And there's a host of factors as to why this is happening. Rote memorization, lack of purpose in life, and I am of the firm believer that those individuals who have no purpose in life, it makes a nonsense of whatever God or guru or religion you believe in. Then don't talk of them. All religions, all saints, all people say कि जिंदगी का कोई लक्ष्य होना चाहिए. What is our lakshya? What is our purpose? It is that purpose which gives us meaning. It is meaning which gives us happiness. It is this meaning which can even turn suffering into happiness. Because if life has meaning, suffering must also have meaning. And as the world is becoming increasingly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous, ladies and gentlemen, it is not possible to make any predictions. However, we can figure out probabilities. And therefore, the purpose of education at Indus, and we firmly believe the purpose of all education in all schools, in all colleges, in all institutions, cannot be just to score high marks in examination and get placement in good colleges and universities. I think it's an insult to human intelligence to think like that. We believe at Indus that the purpose of education is to prepare a child for a future we do not know. A future filled with all probabilities. A future that is volatile, changing, accelerating. A future where jobs, knowledge, technology, and leadership are getting outdated before we can finish their potential. A future where, ladies and gentlemen, in 1900, knowledge doubled once in 100 years. Today, knowledge is doubling every 12 hours. That is the speed at which we are hurtling forward in our life, and we have to prepare our children to cope with this. Therefore, it is time out from work, from classroom, from our profession, to introspect. We need to introspect that those children who join our school today in grade 1, when they graduate from Indus, should we be preparing them for existing jobs today, or should we be preparing them for jobs after 12 to 14 years, jobs that have not been invented? We don't know what jobs they're going to be. Are we killing our creativity of our child, our IQ? Let me give you an extreme example to drive home the point. In the last 75 years, India has produced 3 Nobel laureates. indigenous Nobel laureates. There is one school in New York, the Bronx High School of Science. It's a state school. In the same period, has produced 8 Nobel laureates. Shouldn't we be introspecting on this? One school, 8 Nobel laureates, 8 Pulitzer Award winners, 2 who got the Alan Turing Award, which is the Nobel Prize for computer application. What's gone wrong? Why are we not reflecting, introspecting, and contemplating on what's happening around us? And lastly, are we as teachers, as schools, as parents, as society, doing enough to prepare our children for probable futures? So based upon the patterns which are emerging, the trends which are emerging, my intuition and my judgment, I would like to flag 5 probabilities. And these probabilities are happening in business also. It affects not only children, it affects their parents. It affects future children and future parents. And the first probability is, there is no such thing as a single human brain. There is no such thing as a single human brain. We are witnessing the rise of superminds. Superminds is the collaborative power of collective intelligence. When individuals, computers, and artificial intelligence work together and think together, collaboratively and creatively to solve problems. No single person has got the answer of any problem in the world today. And therefore, the second probability, the coming of GPT, is the first shot that has been fired and announces the arrival, the near arrival of what is called the age of singularity. Whether it happens or not, nobody knows. But there is a probability it could happen. And when that happens, the laws of physics will no longer be applicable. When machine intelligence will surpass human intelligence. And if we don't get our creative act together, we don't get our IQ together, it is going to happen. Consequently, to me, the greatest innovation that is going to be now is not in products, in problems, in processes, in people. It's going to be in the reinvention of man. Your reinvention, my reinvention, our reinvention. This is the biggest reinvention that is going to happen in the history of our planet. And this reinvention is to make man more human. By unlocking our potential, making us creative, and making us aware of our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our aspirations, our compassion, whatever. The third thing which I think is very, very important for us to understand is the third probability. And the third probability is that we are seeing a new revolution that is happening. We'll call it the congruence revolution. All technologies are now concentrating on one point. Virtual reality by itself is no great thing. Big data by itself is no great thing. But when all these exponential technologies collaborate together and focus on a single point, the impact is 10x. It's exponential. And therefore, this convergence we are seeing is between science, technology, and liberal arts. From STEM education to STEAM education. Because liberal arts and science are two sides of the same coin. There is no such thing as pure physics. There is no such thing as pure literature. There is no such thing as pure geography. There is politics, there is economics, there is mathematics, there is science. There is everything in it. The world is becoming more and more interdisciplinary. The fourth probability which I am seeing is the rise of what I will say is algorithmic leadership. To me, algorithmic leadership is the new world of data, artificial intelligence, algorithms, and automation. Who are these algorithmic leaders? These algorithmic leaders reinvent themselves continuously. They disrupt themselves continuously. Like you disrupt a product, you disrupt a business, a profession, they continue to disrupt themselves, to reinvent themselves. The greatest threat we face is not of robots replacing us. It is our stubborn resistance not to reinvent ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I am of the firm conviction that if we do not reinvent ourselves, robots will replace us. It is inevitable. It is as clear on the sky as daylight. And algorithmic leaders and analog leaders, most of us are analog leaders. For us, 10% better. पिछला बजट 100 रुपया था, अभी 10% increase कर दो उसको. We are doing well, let's just improve a little bit more. Homeopathic approach, Ayurvedic approach, there is no radicalism in it, there is no disruption in it. Therefore, these 10x leaders are people who chase impossible goals, who chase dangerous goals. If the goal is not dangerous, they don't seek those goals. So we have to be 10x and 10 times different and not 10% better. And lastly, I will urge Indus Pune and I'll urge the parents, the fifth probability. There are two subjects which are not taught in schools anywhere in the world. And there are two subjects which are, I feel, as important, if not more important, in the domain of innovation and creativity. Space science and science fiction. To me, these are the new frontiers of innovation. Look at science fiction. Whatever we have today, credit cards, television, mobile phones, laptops, 3D printers, drones, VR, flying cars, driverless cars, cell phone, all came in science fiction, in human imagination. Because science fiction ignites our imagination. Our imagination ignites curiosity. Curiosity in turn ignites creativity. And therefore, I feel science fiction and space science. I've always been inspired by what the famous John Glenn, the famous astronaut, he said once. And I'll quote him so that I don't forget each line and comma which he said. He said, "We are more fulfilled. We are more fulfilled when we are involved in something bigger than ourselves." As Lata Mangeshkar said in film Parchai in 1946, she sang the song, "अपने लिए तो जिंदगी सभी जीते हैं, दूसरों के लिए जीना जिंदगी का नाम है." हम में से कितने ऐसे हैं, मानुस हैं जो दूसरों के लिए जीते हैं, हम सिर्फ अपने लिए जीते हैं. Therefore, to me, the message I would like to send across to everybody in this amphitheater is that we need a creative mindset. Creativity is the new literacy now. Not reading, writing, and arithmetic. Creativity is the new literacy, and focus is the new IQ. Those who don't have focus, even if they have Einstein's brains and Einstein's IQ, are going to be non-productive. One of the biggest studies in creativity was done by Red Bull, the famous drink which you have, energy drink. In 2013 to 2016, they carried out a 3-year study of all the innovators, 30,000 the best research papers, as to why, can I have that light off please? It's hurting my eyes. Why, after all this effort and spending billions and billions and billions of dollars in leadership training and creativity is declining. This was the problem given to Red Bull. And Andy Walsh, who's an Australian, who heads this particular team, high performance performers in Red Bull, they said, the conclusion was that creativity is not a skill. It is not like Bharatnatyam or cricket or swimming or running or horse riding. Creativity is a mindset. Creativity is a mindset, and therefore we need to train people for a creative mindset. Creativity is only a part of that mindset. उसमें और भी बहुत हैं. You need a higher purpose. It is that purpose which gives you passion. You need self-discipline. You need paranoia. Creative people are paranoid. They are self-aware. They are aware of all the dangerous things that are happening around them or could happen to them. They have the ability to think, to learn, to unlearn, to relearn. They are risk takers. They experiment with life. And they focus, focus, and focus. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Indus has a head start in developing creative minds, these young creative minds, and you see them in action today. To be future ready, to be market ready. Creative minds who will be innovation man, economic man, and moral man. We are teaching with and for creativity. The principal spoke about it. We've introduced design thinking with a separate design faculty from the top design schools of our country. We have redefined academic rigor as academic excellence plus competencies. And we are introducing a 10x international school in Bangalore, Whitefield, where children will learn from grade 9 to 12 with the help of exponential technologies, guided by all faculty which are PhDs, and children who will not only have the flexibility of either going to Ivy League colleges after their IB or going to IITs and IIMs of India. At the moment, IB schools can't do it. And this is being done at 40% of the fees each one of you is paying at Indus. That is the magic formula which 10x is going to do. That is the S curve that we're going to create from this August. The prototype is on, moving very fast right now. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence cannot replace human creativity. But artificial intelligence can augment human creativity. And the only way we can move ahead is this human-machine collaboration, integration that must happen. And finally, with these words, I again want to thank each one of you for being patient. We must go back and introspect within ourselves, reflect around ourselves, that we not only need islands of eminence, we need islands where institutions make us good human beings, compassionate people, compassionate to the environment, compassionate to animals, to insects, to birds, and to human beings above else. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, a few words to sum up his speech. We are living in the age of innovation, and creativity is the #1 competency we need to survive. It is our purpose which gives us meaning, our purpose which gives us happiness. With the VUCA world, predictions are impossible. Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity are at an all-time high. And the purpose of education is to make sure that the student is ready for the future world. Another point which is really important is that the greatest innovation that mankind has to do is the reinvention of man. Thank you, sir, again, for those extremely important words. It is often said sometimes, music is the only medicine the heart and the soul need. Music has the ability to connect and bring people together. And at Indus, it's considered to be one of the most important factors in the growth of a student. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you an orchestra and choir that will take you back in time. Sit back and enjoy.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Ooh yeah. Imagine all the people living for today. Yeah. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. No, I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Live as one. Imagine all of the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. No, I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love that leads your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, it's only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give. And the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose. distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So asked the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. They living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, we are programmed to receive. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave.
Thank you, musicians and singers, for that foot tapping performance. In Thailand, rivers are considered to be the essential part of the country's cultural heritage, and they play a significant role in the lives of the Thai people. Many traditional Thai dances are dedicated to celebrating the beauty and the importance of these rivers. Loi Krathong Festival is an annual traditional Siamese festival celebrated by the Thais to pay respect to the goddess of water and Buddha. Now we have the Thai dance that celebrates rivers as a vital source of life and a reflection of the country's rich cultural heritage through graceful movements and intricate costumes. For that elegant performance. In Korean culture, water is seen as a symbol of life and purity, and many of the country's traditional dances and folktales see water as the central theme. Next up, we have a cultural treat in the form of a traditional Korean dance, also known as buchechum. In this, the dancers use fans decorated with ribbons to create elegant and fluid movements that mimic the flow of water. This dance form is also influenced by the graceful movements of the willow tree found near the rivers, symbolizing resilience and adaptability needed to survive in a changing environment. Let's welcome our Korean dancers.
웃음이 가득한 그곳으로 함께 가요. 행복의 나라 이 땅이 구름은 거치고 희망의 바람 불어오네. 행복한 웃음 꽃 가득한 이 땅이 아름다운 희망의 노래가 울려 퍼지네.
Thank you so much, dancers, for that mesmerizing performance. Rivers have been an integral part of human civilization since time immemorial. Across the world, rivers have played a significant role in shaping the history, cultures, and identities of communities living along their banks. From the Nile in the Egypt to the Amazon in South America, rivers have been the lifeblood of civilizations, connecting people and cultures over vast distances. However, despite their vital importance, they have been under constant threat from pollution, climate change, and unsustainable human activities. Through a rich tapestry of stories, art, music, and dance, this play takes you through the ages, exploring the rivers and their importance and the beauty that they possess. Ladies and gentlemen, the students of Indus International School, Pune, present to you the Whispers of the Sindhu.
गणराज रंगी नाचतो गणराज रंगी नाचतो नाचतो पायी घागऱ्या करती रुणझुण पायी घागऱ्या करती रुणझुण
My river definitely needs some of that. Hey, Tai, play that song now. An artist needs music when he's working.
Hey, Gya. And careful with the brush strokes, Advait. Make sure the river looks flowing, not still. It has to be grand, majestic. And all the decorations for the Ganpati festival needs to be done today.
I got it, dude. Tai, song.
The DJ seems to be on her phone right now. For all you know, the next song might be from BTS. I think your Aji likes it too.
Ye to gappe bas.
Haha, very funny. And for the last time, please stop snooping over my playlist. Sharing a Spotify account with you was a bad idea.
If only I told you before. Oh wait, I did.
And Mr. Da Vinci, don't you forget that you have exams coming up? Those books deserve some attention.
Yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Well, he says that and he never gets to it. Classic Advait. Please get decent marks, okay? My honor is at stake.
Huh. Why did they make you the head girl? What did they see in you?
Oh, shut up.
Hey, you shut up.
Hey, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
Why will I shut up?
No, you have to shut up.
Guys, stop it already.
Children, we are celebrating Ganpati's birthday this month. The month of Magashish. So, no fighting, okay?
Oh, this year's Shadu Ganpati idol is looking so beautiful.
Picked it myself, you know. They don't call me a Shadu idol connoisseur for nothing.
Haha, are you serious? I'm supposed to believe that people call you that.
Yeah, of course. Hai na, Advait?
Dad, what's a Shadu idol?
Oh, come on, dude. This isn't the first time we're getting a Shadu idol. Shadu is a special kind of clay found in the Konkan region along the western coast of India. It's widely used for Ganpati idols, just like this one here.
It also dissolves in water very easily, which means it's not harmful to the environment once it's immersed. Chala everybody, let's take a tea break now.
AI, tula athate hai? We used to collect the wet clay from the riverbed to make the Ganpati idol with our own hands. Oh, it used to be quite a ritual back in the day.
Wow, you actually made idols when you were my age?
Of course. Sitting with my friends by the river, making those beautiful idols is one of my fondest memories from the village.
The very river that runs beside our home in the village? That river?
Yes, that very river. It's abundant in rich Shadu clay.
Nowadays we get those green, eco-friendly idols in the bazaar. Well, these might be modern words, but the ideas are ancient. In our day, you'd worship the river, visualized her as a mother. You took her blessings in the form of clay and you carefully made an idol using it.
And when it was time to bid farewell, you would immerse the idol in the very same river it came from. Beautiful, isn't it?
No wonder ancient India had so many stories woven around rivers.
We even personified rivers, addressed them as Ma Ganga or Godavari or whatever the name might be, ensuring a personal connection. Civilizations flourished around these rivers. Arts, trades. Science, of course. Everything. She was a mother. She nurtured.
Well, last I checked, moms not only nurture, they get furious too.
And so do the rivers. And you plead to pacify her. Hold a conversation with her. She becomes a living entity.
I'll get the door. I think the florists are here. Welcome. We're all set waiting for you guys. Let's get to work. All this must be decorated by the end of the day.
Oh, only if you invite us to have modaks tomorrow. Just kidding. Marigold strings as requested. And other flowers as well.
Strings behind the mandir and tulips at...
the entrance? Let me coordinate with my team. I will get flowers arranged and I have some beautiful lamps as well.
Beautiful indeed. Please do.
Okay, people, chop chop. Time to get to work. Hello, Auntie. I took your suggestion this year and got a Shadu Murti for my home as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. And are your kids also working on the decor?
Oh yes, they have shlokas from Rig Veda beautifully written on canvas around Ganpati Bappa. Came up with the concept all by themselves. Arey, careful with the canvas.
Hey, my river.
Oh, Advait, don't worry. We'll get it on the table for you to work on.
That's one mighty river. You know, the Rig Veda praises the river Sindhu for blessing this land with milk and honey.
Sindhu River? That's where the name of our school, Indus, and even our country is derived from.
Oh yes, we are learning about it in history. Indus Valley, the cradle of human civilization. I wonder how it looked like.
Ah, just starting with the chapter in your textbook, is it? I did an entire project on this subject. Even got an A+ on it.
Vedika, why don't you stop showing off and get it here? It might help your brother study for his exams.
And anyway, until my team is done with the flowers, you won't be able to move around as much. So better find something to do.
Getting it. This reminds me of a beautiful shloka which mentions all the holy rivers. It has a wonderful rhythm, so refreshing.
Gange cha yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalismin Sannidhim Kuru. Gange cha yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalismin Sannidhim Kuru. Gange cha yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalismin Sannidhim Kuru.
Spices!
Hello. Such a cute family. But here, they leave you without any idea of what is to happen next. We are about to take a look into the Harappan civilization. Now, what is it you imagine when you think of the Harappan civilization? Well, we have a dancing girl, a mighty warrior, even a priest king, and so much more. Now then, shall we take a look at the largest and most ancient civilization?
Spices, the best quality in entire
Only the best you can get. Only the best you can get. Earthen pots for daily cooking. Earthen pots for daily cooking. Lovely designs. Lovely designs. Madam, bangles for you. Bangles for you. Yes, available in all sizes and color. Available in all sizes and color. So, surprise your wife with a gift.
Spices, the best quality in entire Harappa. The best quality in entire Harappa. Spices.
Now this is what I call designer wear. The print is simply gorgeous. Where did you get this from?
This? It's not from here. Remember when I went on a business trip to Egypt?
Ah, yes. I wish I had something so exquisite.
Don't worry. Let's see if our designer can make something similar. What say? There he is. Kaka!
So, this is what is trending in Egypt? Did you get some design samples for me?
I can't hear you.
Design samples?
Yes, I did. I gave them to your assistant. Can you make something similar? My friend seems to have liked it.
Not difficult. My expertise is well known. It will cost you a sack of wheat and half a sack of pepper.
What? Exorbitant. I'd rather sail to Egypt myself.
Hey, auntie, go buy some random first copy. Don't waste my time.
Stuti, wait now. Where are you off to? The toy store.
Your designer was never on my to-do list. Two things are a gift for my son as he turns 2 and some fresh produce.
My. Looks like your husband is returning from Lothal today.
He is. Got promoted as the chief town planner there.
Are, Veer, when did you arrive? I expected you next week.
Yesterday, and I've been busy since then.
Cooking, I suppose?
Never thought Chinese food could be so popular here. but it is.
You cook Chinese? Namaskar. You are, I am...
Tuti, Mriga's best friend, I presume. Have heard a lot about you.
I would like to learn cooking Chinese cuisine.
Veer actually visited China to learn all about it. He wouldn't mind sharing a recipe or two, I suppose.
Sure, Stuti, will teach you. I am here to buy spices. Coming?
I'll join you. It's not like I have anything better to do.
Oh, no. I have to get some work done first. I will join you both soon later, though. Oh, this toy cart looks very good.
This is the most popular one. There's a wooden bullock cart as well as a bronze bullock cart. What do you need, madam?
I think I'll have the wooden one, please. Oh, the dancing girl. That's a beautiful work of art.
Yes, it is. It is made of bronze too. Years from now, your kid will grow up, but you will still have my toys and bronze work.
Oh, no. I don't need something so expensive. My son is only 2 years old. I would be surprised if he doesn't get bored with it in 4 days.
I would rather suggest you buy the wooden cart as it is not very expensive. Here's my rate card.
Here, cinnamon and turmeric. Weigh them correctly. It better not be an ounce more than you have written.
Yes, my lady. Here's your toy cart, madam. What's that commotion there?
See that? The house at the corner. That was the one causing all the problems. I cannot let my department be blamed for someone else's fault. We have the best plumbing system ever.
Yes, boss. A city this well planned deserves a good drainage system. They should have informed us earlier. Anyway, now it's sorted. Don't touch the wall. It's still wet. It will take a day to dry completely. But it's good as new, isn't it? So, we call it a day, boss?
Yup. Great job, team. I'll notify the city council of a job well done. Let's leave before dark. We have other jobs to do.
Oh, so pepper and garlic? That sounds like a great combination.
Yes, incredible. You know, the Chinese cook all the different vegetables and proteins on high flame for a short time.
So what you're saying is that it's undercooked?
Just a bit. It's al dente. It gives the food a crunch, I mean.
Done and dusted. Got a toy for my son. Veer, I'm ready for Chinese now. Do you have a recipe book I could look at?
How I wish I could write all my recipes down for posterity. A nice script would do.
I hear a group of grammarians is working on developing a script. I think it's called Sanskrit.
Oh yeah, I heard that too. Let's discuss that on the way back home.
As the Indus Valley civilization progressed, people spread across different parts of India.
Sanskrit flourished along with arts and culture.
कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरसार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमात्मिकम् कौसल्या सुप्रजा रामपूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ नरसार्दूल कर्तव्यं दैवमात्मिकम् उत्तिष्ठ गोविन्द उत्तिष्ठ गरुडध्वज उत्तिष्ठ कमलाकान्त त्रैलोक्यं मङ्गलं कुरु श्रीस्वामि निःश्रित जनप्रियदानशीले श्रीवेङ्कटेश दयिते तव सुप्रभातम्
So, what's with the Godavari river, Ajji? There's some story about some Rishi
Sunak.
Advait, your jokes are becoming lamer by the day. I meant the original kind, the seers who meditated.
There was some story about him praying to the gods to bring an end to the droughts, which had been severely affecting the people.
Interesting. First time I'm hearing of something like that.
So, there was this city a long time ago.
give our waters back. Down with imperialism, give our waters back. Down with imperialism, give our waters back. Down with imperialism, give our waters back.
How long are we to survive without water, without food? Our fields are barren, our wells are dry.
Why should we suffer for sins our forefathers committed? Are we just to grin and bear it and die?
We will work out a solution. Please, I request you all to keep calm.
The last crop I harvested was more than a decade back. Wonder how long this drought will last.
This has been on far too long. Gods need to be held accountable.
Hey, don't you talk like that. Don't anger the gods, for they can punish with calamities worse than drought.
But what do we do now? Oh, there come the officials.
Now who keeps on filing those complaints? I've told you time and again it's of no use. You reap what you sow.
Oh, really? Haven't experienced the sowing and reaping for quite some time now. Literally.
The only person who can perhaps save you is the great sage Gautam Rishi. Approach him for a solution, and this curse of dry spell might end.
He sure has the wisdom to bring in a solution. I just hope Guruji is not engrossed with his meditation or research right now.
Let's go and find out.
I am aware of the dire circumstances that you have to live in, of the vicissitudes of nature that you have to face. I do not know how I can help, but I will try my best for sure. May gods accept my penance and bless our lands with a river that can nourish both the soil and the soul. We welcome you to this land of ours. O Mother Godavari, the Ganga of the South, nourish us.
Godavari, the celestial river. We are all grateful to you, O great sage.
Promise me to respect nature as much as you value your lives. Treat her, the river goddess, with love, with respect, and she will offer you all that you need and more. All hail Ma Godavari! All hail Rishi Gautam! All hail Ma Godavari! All hail Rishi Gautam! All hail Ma Godavari! All hail Rishi Gautam! All hail Ma Godavari! All hail Rishi Gautam!
Cultures flourished around rivers. Festivals, arts, music, dance, all the performing cultures were nurtured.
Oh yes, because they had surplus of food. The farms produced enough to feed everyone.
Oh, smarto, don't state the obvious. Anyway, I remember this beautiful performance I watched during a school trip to a village near Nasik. It's called Gondal, dedicated to goddess Bhavani. How energetic, how very blissful. Let's have a look.
भक्ताला
आला आई कृपा करी माझ्यावरी जागवी तो रात सारी आई कृपा करी माझ्यावरी जागवी तो रात सारी आज गोंधळ आला गोंधळ मांडला भवानी गोंधळ आला गोंधळ मांडला गंबे गोंधळ आला नदीच्या पल्ल्याड आईचा डोंगर डोंगर माझ्याला देवीचं मंदिर आलू जागर डोंगर माझ्याला हे लल्लाटी भंडार दूर लोटून दे अंधार आलो दुरून रांगून डोंगर यंगून उघड देवी दार लल्लाटी भंडार दूर लोटून दे अंधार आलो दुरून रांगून डोंगर यंगून उघड देवी दार
That was enchanting. The gods are bound to be benignant when pleased with such devotion.
If only everyone got an opportunity to converse with gods. Oh, yes! That is where saint poets like Gyaneshwar came in. Remember that Vari pilgrimage at Alandi in that song? It honors Gyaneshwar, right?
Oh, you know about Gyaneshwar and your sister doesn't?
Oh, come on. I just don't recall what he exactly did. Don't blow it up.
Wow, Advait, this is the first time you have outsmarted your sister. This is one for the books for sure, don't you think?
Thanks, Dad.
Advait, shut up now. And Dad.
Okay. Let's have a look at Sant Gyaneshwar's story.
Hey, Nandu, can I have some peanuts? Here. Oh, please. And next time, buy your own packet. Really? This one time, I ask you to share? And you give me this attitude? What a friend you are.
Oh, please. Eat, play and fight is all you two come to school for. You flunked the last exam, didn't you, Nandu?
Oh, look who's talking. Sleeping Beauty?
What?
You actually were sleeping. Guruji didn't see you. Or else...
Guruji didn't see you because Ganga was sitting right in front of you, nodding her head the whole time. Trying to make a good impression with Guruji, are you, Ganga?
You know how Guruji is. If I don't see him attentive in class, he will surely tell my parents. And you know how strict my father is.
You think our parents would understand what they were taught either? The hypocrisy. Oh no. Here comes my mother. Save me, Krishna.
Nandu, you ran off from school today? You nincompoop. I work so hard for you. And this is how you behave?
Now. Come on, huh? It's not like you sat through all of Guruji's pravachans. And to be honest, I didn't understand a word of Bhagavad Gita that he preaches.
What? Not even you understood it?
Of course, it's just that nobody says it aloud. The Guruji says a few lines in Sanskrit, something we don't understand, and then we just praise him, thank him, and leave.
It has been going on for decades now. I mean, that is just how it is. What can one do about it? I've better things to worry about and bigger battles to fight.
You know, I haven't in my life dared to ask Guruji what those lines meant, but I would sure like to know, don't you think?
Yes, I would love to understand the Gita. It already sounds so beautiful in Sanskrit.
Not again, Ganga. Just leave it. I can't bear it anymore. I'm going.
Where? By the riverside? Whiling away your time. Nandu isn't coming. At home, now.
But You seem to enjoy his talk on Gita, clapping and all.
Yes, indeed. How profound. The essence of life in those very words.
Essence of life, it seems. Wow, it is
because of pseudos like you that we are stuck in this loop. It's not like Guruji is speaking and captions are auto-generated.
Captions? Auto-generated? What's that?
See, when you don't comprehend something, accept it. That's how you learn. The arrogance has to end. I, for one, refuse to be deemed ignorant when what you try to communicate just doesn't reach me.
Bhagavad Gita. It's a message from Krishna, a song that needs to reach the masses. What if someone could translate it into a tongue that everyone speaks, into Marathi?
That is an impossible task. Moreover, to translate Gita, would that not be a sin in itself?
Why? Would Krishna not be happy if he reaches you? Would he not be pleased if you appreciate what he has to say and follow it?
That's a valid point, beta. No middleman, nobody between us and our Krishna. Alas, we need someone learned enough to accomplish this feat.
Well, let the person who suggested take on the task himself.
I would be honored. In fact, I've already started working on it.
Oh, really? You, a mere 16-year-old teenager, will do this? Hey, Krishna, it has come to this now.
आता विश्वात्मके देवे येने वाग्यग्ने तोषावे तोषो निमजद्यावे पसाय दान्हे जे खरांची वंकटी सांडो तया सत्कर्मी रतिवाढो भूता परस्परे जडो मैत्र जीवांचे. Now I pray the Supreme Lord, who's the soul of this universe, will be pleased with my writings and happily grant me this prasad, this gift which I can contain in my palms. Let the evil thoughts that bred evil, the cruelty of cruel, come to an end. Let us get enlightened and abandon our sinful thoughts and actions.
Let us get the will and energy to perform pious and righteous acts, the Sat Karma.
All living beings shall become friends for life with each other and live happily ever after.
I cannot believe this. Gyaneshwar, Sant Gyaneshwar, was just my age when he translated the Bhagavad Gita into Marathi. Imagine what a brilliant mind he must be.
And his grit? Wah! Going against the norm, doing something new requires immense courage.
That's how Gyaneshwar made the Gita accessible to every community in Maharashtra. Isn't it, Aji?
Yes. And it is therefore that he is remembered and revered at the Pandharpur Wari that massive crowds of Varkaris undertake from Alandi every year.
People walk down from different regions of Maharashtra and even from other states to celebrate the deities Vitthal and Rakhumai, honoring Gyaneshwar and singing all the way.
पंढरी आज नादावली तुझे नाव ओठी तुझे रूप ध्यानी जीवाला तुझी आस गा लागली जरी बाप साऱ्या जगाचा परी तू आम्हाले कराची विठू माऊली
You know, we should visit Alandi once, just to experience the beauty and the devotion.
My research says it's a 700 to 800 year old tradition, and nearly 1 million pilgrims participate every year.
And my research tells me that 1 million people is too many people. This Advait will get lost in the crowd before we walk even a kilometer.
Would that be such a bad thing?
Vedika, gappa bas.
Oh, Vedika, just flip to the next page. See, this one is about the Koyna Dam. It has been functional since the 1960s. It's the largest hydropower project in India.
Oh, I should tell you about this friend of mine who went to shoot there. Hilarious story.
Who? What? Where? When? Do I know them?
Nope, my friends do not mingle with muggles. So the story goes like this.
Hey, I'm not a muggle. You're Voldemort.
I'm not Voldemort. You're Draco Malfoy.
As if, shut up.
Now, this is what I call a perfect location. A perfectly scenic village.
And so it is, Madam Director. Though we have to hunt for a place that suits our storyline here. Let us get chatting with the locals. They're at the restaurant.
I don't know about you guys, but I am famished. There's the Hayat. What would you prefer? A buffet?
Mary does like street food, and I'm sure they have a decent meal here. I mean, this is a tourist spot. Oh, bhaiya.
Yes, sir. 3 mochas or chai latte? We call it haldi dude here. But anything for you guys.
No. We're just looking for a place to shoot a few scenes. And a plate of poha, perhaps?
Oh my god, Bollywood calling. I knew it would happen. My horoscope says I'm born to be a star. Hey, 1 plate of poha, 1 upma and 3 chais. Took the liberty to order for you, my fellas. Here, have a seat.
My fellas? I'm sorry, we don't even know you.
Correct, madam. No one knows this guy. I am the one who acts in all the plays in this picturesque, beautiful, scenic.
Arey, no, he's bluffing. Arey, you have nowhere to go, kya?
And let you steal the limelight? No.
A minute, please. We're looking for a specific type of place. Maybe a barren field. You know, deserted area, kind of.
No trees. Our hero is in a crisis. He had good days as a farmer, but now famine has struck the village.
Hero, village, crisis, farmer. Sounds like a movie will get awards.
Can you help us hunt this location? Poha is amazing. Wow.
Hey, Preeti, Rook.
I really have to rush back home. Today was a busy day at park. This group of scientists came in today. You know, there are some very rare trees found only in our park. Such learned people appreciating our team's work.
Madam, is your monologue done with? Can you please ask why we called?
You want 10 tickets to the park? Free? Na, nahi hoga.
Arey, no. My friends here, they're from Mumbai and looking for a sad farm to shoot their film.
Actually, a deserted place. Arid land, kind of.
Depressing.
Arey, your Mossy had that piece of land, no? At the far end of our village. वो Mossy जो रोती रहती थी हर बार.
Hey, don't you do that. Her condition was actually bad. Thank God it's changed for better now. People were apprehensive about the dam they built over Koina, but it did change lives.
That's true. If I'm not wrong, not only has the drought issue been resolved, but the hydroelectricity plant is largest in India and considered lifeline of Maharashtra.
Look. Barren land in this vicinity is not possible. But CGI, if RRR and Bahubali can do it, so can you. Actor mil jayega.
Better still, change the story.
You were talking about park. Caste Plateau Forest Reserve. Is it?
Yes, you must visit it. It lies right here, under Sahyadri Range, and is UNESCO World Natural Heritage Site.
850 different species of flowering plants. My brother works there as well. In fact, after his dam project, a lot of us got jobs in different sectors. Although, some people still daydream the whole time.
Cancelling.
What?
Your name from the list of people I'll thank at the award ceremony.
I will cheer for you nonetheless.
Oh, you just keep on talking about yourselves. What about their film?
Looks like we'll need to rework on the story. It can be a positive film that begins with the construction on Koina Dam and ends with film getting an award. What say?
Just add one thing, if I may suggest.
Yes, please go ahead.
All of this, our lives, are centered around River Koina, which is a tributary of Krishna. And we do celebrate confluence of Vena and Krishna rivers at Sangam Mahuli.
What better way to venerate rivers?
So you see, rivers can change destinies and can be as modern as they are ancient.
Remember, Aji, we went to that Kori festival last year? The fisher folk community. Their lives are so in sync with nature, with rivers.
And the songs and dances, colorful, peppy, and so joyful. Want to listen to that song we danced to?
Oh yes, give me a sec. Found it.
What a song! Just makes me put on my dancing shoes.
Yeah, it sure does. But the way the fisher folks are suffering right now is disastrous. Look at Kasadi River and what we have done to it.
Kasadi? Colleagues in our area used to go fishing there when I was small. And they used to get back fresh fish to sell every day.
Local produce is the buzzword now, but we've always had it.
The fishing community has been protesting against chemical effluents being released into the Kasadi River for quite some years now.
This problem is not limited to just one river. Rivers across our state are polluted. Untreated sewage percolates into the soil. It naturally affects everything, releasing pollutants that leach into the surface and the groundwater.
Look at our bedroom. All the clothes lying around. Sit. No need to be dramatic. Uncollected waste accumulates in the urban areas and often at homes, on floor, causing unhygienic conditions.
Nowadays, I think organic is coming back, fortunately. Otherwise, pesticides are a major contaminant of water bodies.
You are so right, Ajji. My project echoes what you are saying. This wastewater contains heavy metals such as lead, cadmium, copper, chromium, zinc, and arsenic, which negatively affect both aquatic life as well as human health. Bioaccumulation of these metals can cause several adverse effects on health, such as impaired cognitive function, gastrointestinal damage, or renal damage.
See, we are discussing something and this chap is on the phone. This is our future.
Baba, reading an article, Google says that a state with the largest economy has the highest number of polluted rivers in our country.
The problem is all of this manifests in different ways. While urban areas get flooded, rural areas face drought. How will a farmer manage? If he doesn't, how will we?
You know what happens as a result of this? People migrate from villages to cities, and cities cannot provide so many employment opportunities to such a massive influx.
No wonder crimes are on a rise. And so is depression.
Oh no, we are doomed!
Advait, don't be such a pessimist. You know what your names mean? Vedika is wisdom. And Advait, another name for Krishna. So, Krishna had promised to come down as an avatar in any form whenever required. Sindhu needs him now, as an avatar in all the young people, full of hope and wisdom.
That's so beautiful, Ajji. Our school, in fact, does quite a lot of work towards resurrection of rivers.
Yes, my friends and I have been part of teams that are proactively working towards this cause. Would you like to see what we have been doing?
Why only, Aji? all of us would love to watch.
I'm impressed by the work you and your friends have been doing.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful to their teachers for having inspired them so much.
Yup, that does make a lot of difference.
Thanks, guys. And you know, these projects have taught me a lot about the conditions that rivers are in today.
And you better do something about it too. Awareness without action isn't very helpful. You need to be responsible for your own actions.
Yes, Dad.
Rivers are life. The power they hold is immense. Only when you go down to the river will you rise as mankind. And if we don't protect our rivers, well, Advait beta,
moms get furious too.
I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, meeting your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make it whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You will leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. I've seen it move in my own life. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my burden, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me again. Let's go down, down, down to the river. You leave change. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Oh, down. Gonna go down in amazing grace. Down, down to the river. Gonna go down in amazing grace. I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, meeting your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make it whiter than snow. Like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life.
Firstly, I would like to thank all the family members and the parents who have taken the time out of their busy schedules to be with us today. Your presence has made this day all the more special for us. I would also like to thank our principal, vice principal, the dance, drama, music, art teams, student participants, and teachers for their tireless efforts in putting together such a fantastic event. Our gratitude to the administrative team and the support staff who have worked behind the scenes to make sure that everything runs smoothly. That, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the evening. I request you to rise for the school anthem, followed by our national anthem. Post that, we request you to kindly move to the administrative block for dinner. I request all the parents to kindly pick their wards up from their respective MYP and DP classrooms. Thank you and have a great evening.
Jaya 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 He